Welcome to Retreating Forward again, and this is episode 3. And today we're going to talk with a professional nutritionist. Her name is Alice Nguyen. She has worked in the DP World Tour, if you know what that is. It's one of the biggest golf leagues out there. And she has worked with professional golfers in Vietnam and in the UK, the UK's U18 national golf team, and professional football clubs in Vietnam as well. So I hope you all enjoy this episode. So to start us off, would you like to introduce a bit about yourself, like who you are in your own words,
Right. Thank you so much for inviting me to Retreating Forward. I would love to talk with Michael today about sport nutrition. So in order to start the show, I'd like to introduce a little bit about myself. So I'm a sport nutritionist, and I have worked for professional football clubs. And I had like 1.5 years in UK practicing and doing my master in sport nutrition. So there are two sports that I'm really interested in, which is football and golf, because that's the experience I have. When I was in UK, I had experience practicing in the DP World Tour and the under 18 England golf national teams. So I just come back to Vietnam because I think that will be like a very valuable insight and experience for me to helping the students, the players in Vietnam as well.
That's insane, because isn't UK golf like really hard to play in like the national team, and you worked in DP World Tour, right? What's the difference like in like, because you work with juniors in the UK and juniors in Vietnam. What would you say, like what's the biggest difference between like in your own experience,
I think in UK, the junior golfers, they are very independent. So they go on the course without any support except the coach. That's it, just a coach.
Like no caddies.
No caddies. They have to carry out the bags, and they have to read the lines by themselves. No caddies at all. Even parents, they don't usually come with the golfers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah, that's super different. I know. Actually, I work at under 18, so the girls are around 14 to around 16 years old. So they are quite dependent. They have someone driving them to the course, and then maybe the parents waiting for them. Very rarely I see them going with the kids to the golf course.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they have to carry out everything by their own, from techniques, mental games, or even nutrition is the thing that they have to carry out. I think it's quite nice because I think they become more mature and like know how to take care of themselves on the golf course during tournaments without further support from the parents. Yeah.
Wow, that's very different.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's because that in England, so most of the teams or the regional national teams, they have all the support from people like me. So they have nutritionists, they have the physical coach, they have the head coach. So the golfers had all the support from the coaching staff as well. Which is why I gotta say that they are very well educated about their nutrition and their lifestyle. Even small things like sleep, a snack on the course, they always have like regular education sessions, online, offline, whatever they can.
Oh, well, I think that's kind of like, that's very different from what we see in Vietnam. I think you've watched like a few Vietnamese tournaments before. I've played in a few. And like the things that I noticed the most is like parents everywhere. They're the parents are like your therapist, your nutritionist, your coach as well. Sometimes your physical coach. They tell you when to sleep. They tell you what to eat. They do all of this for you, and like of course they're very caring and stuff. But comparing it to like a professional nutritionist, like you, or like a professional coach, obviously you would gain an advantage from that. But like I noticed Vietnamese golf has been like, they have been investing a lot into like junior golfers lately. Like back then when I first joined the Vietnamese national team, there wasn't like much of like support. Like now we have a sports therapist. Now we have you, and we have like Coach Ryan and like a lot of different coaches and all of that, which is like pretty good. That's like very different than what I noticed before.
Yep.
Do you think that's like, is that how, did they learn that from, do you think they learned, because you worked in like the golfing community, like the behind the scenes a bit, have you? Like behind the scenes?
Yeah, well, in the tournaments, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so for example, when I was practicing for the DP World Tour, so I was like carry out the things behind the scenes from helping them with the infographics, the nutrition stuff, sometimes helping them with the menu as well. So everything behind. Yeah. So if you see some of the tournaments that they have in the DP World Tour, then some of them have nutritionists coming in, and then they have some infographics. They have some food with some note. Sometimes they even have like education sessions for them as well, because my supervisor worked very closely with the professional golfers, so I was helping them to do all the stuff. It's quite interesting. Yeah. One thing I think would be beneficial for the golfers is that once they have opportunities to approach the like knowledge, informations, they'll be more aware about what they should eat or just lifestyle.
That's interesting. One big question though. Did you meet Rory?
Yeah.
No way.
I saw most of them.
No.
And well, I met them on the driving range and on the course. They are very professional. I mean, like just like a textbook.
Yeah. The swings are like textbooks, no?
Well, I'm not a coach, but I think all of the swing are perfect.
Oh
well,
my
of course,
days.
but
I'm blushing just thinking about Rory.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was quite surprised because when I was I was staying in the tour for a few days. So even on the on the game day, which they place like 4 to 5 hours walking, but then after the game they go back to the gym and they still do some other physical
More
stuff. Yeah, and I was like, I thought that they will have to recover, like fully recover on the game day, but the coach is really well organized, and they still put the exercise suitable to the golf day. Yeah. So well, most of them have to go to the gyms, do the recovery, physios, eating well as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, I think it's very professional. Yeah, and
like
well disciplined. I have to say.
Levels,
Yeah.
Levels above us. I'll be honest, I'm not the best with food, with nutrition. I just eat whatever. Not always whatever, but I don't track my calories. I don't do this and doing that. I recently actually just took an in-body screening again. Remember the last time I saw you, I took an in-body too. It was 6 months ago, I believe, and I don't care, I'm gonna share this, it's my personal information, but I got 15.4% body fat 6 months ago. And what's interesting is after coming back from the US, people would expect me to gain a bit of body fat, but I actually lost a bit of body fat. Now I'm 13% body fat. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's kind of interesting, but well, you know, I don't know what I did, but somehow it's working, you know. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Well, okay, I want to jump straight to like the main theme of today's episode, which is like nutrition and all of that, right? But sometimes more importantly, I want to jump straight to like the challenges as well. So for the challenges that golfers faced, not just golfers, but like athletes in general, but you know better in the world of football and golf. So can you share a bit between like the challenges like on both sides and stuff like that?
Yeah. So definitely there are a lot of challenge for any athlete, because the most important thing in doing sport is the performance and achievement. You win or lose. That's all. So nutrition is something that, honestly, for me as a nutritionist, find it very difficult for the athlete to follow, because it's not really, it's not like a fun thing to do. Sometimes it's very boring, disciplined, but you have to be consistent to them. So I usually tell the either golfers or footballers or any athlete that the most important thing is that we need to be consistent and we understand about eating. So one of the challenge that I see in all the athletes, that they usually find information somewhere, maybe on the internet, or some kind of coach telling them, or some random people, parents telling them about have to doing something, or they have to avoid the food. So that comes to a mindset that they just follow that random thought, where sport is completely different to general populations. So I would take one example. A lot of people say that don't eat sugars, because obviously for general population, sugar is really bad. It doesn't help the overall health. However, for sport, especially for football or golf, I would say golf doesn't really need sugars, but if you play on the course, and when you go to the 17 hole or the hole 18, you'll start feeling like, oh, you just want to finish that part. You don't want to
like compete anymore.
Right? You don't want to compete anymore. So that come from low energy when you are fatigued. And sugar at that moment will help you to boost up the energy, because sugars will help you to like absorb the energy very quickly, and then you can utilize the sugars to have better connections or have better performance, movement, actions, everything. So once the athlete, when they say that, oh, I see sugar, I will not eat it, well, sometimes it's not a good thing. So I would say for that case, I would say that if you have a rest day, if you have a very light intensity training day, you can avoid sugars, of course, and that's not the optimal for you. But when you play sport, when you know your intensity, and then you know that the RPE, which is the rate of fatigue, is high, then you need the sugar to boost up the performance. If you watch football, you will see some players, they just rinse the mouth with some drink. And then they split out.
Exactly. Why do you do that?
So there are some studies that have shown that if you have sugar in your taste bud, that would kind of boost up the cognitive functions.
Really? So they don't swallow it.
That's right. So if they don't want, they can just split it out, but they can drink it. So both helping the performance. That's crazy. I thought it's just to like. Okay, before I'm not too sure, but when I watch them, it's just because when you know how when you're drinking water, and sometimes you're feeling kind of bloated, and you can't run that much, and it's uncomfortable. So I thought they would like drink, like rinse their mouth just to get like that freshen, like that cold water feeling, and it would spit it right out because they don't want to drink it, you know. But now I understood why, because of the sugar, right? That's interesting actually. So that kind of help the brains have the concentration as well. So which is why I'm saying like there are a lot of science behind the practice of the players or athlete, and I just want the players to, while reaching out for more information that fit themselves more, so they know what is fit for them best. Some players will not need the sugars because they can, like metabolize the sugars in their body quite well. But in the opposite, some players run out of glycogens, which is the store energy very quickly, so they need more. So it's very personalized actually. So you cannot use like one diet or one advice for everyone, especially for athletes.
I think that's the biggest like misconception.
Yeah,
like people just search up online. I think I'll be honest, I'm at fault with that too. I used to search up online, like, oh, what's good for this, what's good for that.
That's right.
And like they'll give you like a range, an optimal amount of what to eat and what to do. And then I remember when I got to like a tournament in Thailand, I was 13 years old, first time traveling alone. My dad wasn't there. I went by myself, and I didn't know that Thailand you have to push your own golf carts. You have to carry your own golf bag, right?
Yep.
But I couldn't carry. I was too young. I had to push, but there was no caddies either. So 13-year-old competing against 17-year-olds with just pushing a golf bag, and I was exhausted. I was out because online they give you like a good percentage of what to like consume, but it's good for like the general public. It's good if you're like staying home, if you're working, you know, if you're like cycling every now and then or going for a walk or a run. But it's not good if you're trying to compete like 3 days straight, like early in the morning until night, not night, okay, afternoon and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, after like the first day, last hole, I was completely out. Like not completely out, but I had like 135 yards left. That should be for a pitching wedge for me. But I know I was tired, so I grabbed my 9-iron. I fully swung. I didn't hold back, and I still left it short, which is insane, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, watch like your nutrition, and that's, yeah. Make sure like ask like a professional about it.
Yeah.
Definitely, because it's more personalized, is it?
That's right.
Yeah. Like what's the process of getting like a personalized like meal or diet plan, according to you? What's like the process?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So personalized meaning that the nutrition requirements will be based on your age, your height, your weight, the training intensity, your competitions, the genders. Sometimes some other thing can be personalized. For example, some gut functions, or if you have, if you notice yourself having like weak immunity or something. So those all those things can be personalized. So for example, the other day I talked to one professional young golfer, and then when I asked her about how is like one day of eating look like, so she described something very general, like, oh, I have breakfast and then I have lunch and then dinners, just like my parents. And then I asked her again, okay, so how many hours do you train in a day? So she said that she wakes up by 6, doing the gym by 7, then 1 hour of gym trainings and training golf on the range until 12, and then 1 p.m. to around 7 p.m. on the course or either on the range, short game, etc. So I was telling her that, did you just notice that you even work out more than your parents working? so like our mom or dad, we go on, we work for like 8 to 10 hours, they train for like 12 hours per day. So you notice that, and then you eat the same like your parents, and that doesn't work.
That's bad.
Yeah. So at that time, I kind of have to personalize her nutrition requirement again, and it turns out that her energy intake, energy requirements is actually double than what she's eating.
Really?
So she's under eating like 50%.
That's very...
Yeah. And when she heard me saying something like, you have to eat more, and what is more here? Double.
Wow.
So she was like,
you know, W's crazy.
Yeah.
If you ask me to eat like 50% more, I don't think I can even do that.
That's hard.
It's hard.
It comes down to the practice where you have to not just portions. So bigger portions is one thing, but more timing in the day. So people, you just have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you probably have to eat more snacks during the day and drink more.
Drink.
And some drink could be very helpful for yourself, like I say milk, some coconut water.
Coconut water.
Yeah, some fruit juice, which can boost up your energies and boost up your energy intake. Yeah, but not putting into a heavy feelings. Yeah.
I actually eat like an afternoon meal now. If you notice, like 6 months ago, I look a bit like more filled up, right? I look a bit chubbier. If you remember, it's quite a while ago.
Yeah, I do.
But now a lot of people said I look a bit
lean.
Yeah, leaner, but a bit skinnier as well. And it's kind of weird because when I play a lot of golf, I actually look chubbier. Like I look filled in. I look a bit bloated a bit, you know. But if I don't play golf and if I sit home all day, like I remember there's a week or 2 weeks of time where I just sit home and I just study for my exams, and I look skinnier than ever. Even though I'm eating, like I felt like I'm eating the same, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get like super fat because like I'm not exercising, and I'm still eating. You know, like why am I looking skinnier? Like I don't get it. So like it's kind of reversed for me. I don't know why. Is it like a mental thing? Like I think I'm eating the same, but I'm not really eating the same.
That could be
That
a
could be a
case.
thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
So if
possible.
you study too much, or if you work hard, you're getting stressed. The body won't produce a cortisol hormones that put you like it's actually a stress hormone. So usually a lot of people lose weight when they get stressed. And when you feel that you're losing some weight or you feel that you are skinnier, probably I guess that coming from both body fat and the body muscle as well.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. If you probably if you stay in the same place during your study, I guess that you wouldn't eat less. So you think you eat the same, probably the same meals, 3 meals per day.
Yeah.
But probably the portion will be less, and you drink less water. Yeah. So your body is not store much energy. Yeah. So probably you lose some body fat, but body muscle as well.
Yeah, that's bad. You want to keep body muscle.
That's right. It's hard to tell, but
Yeah.
if you regularly do the body compositions, you will know. So I would suggest you can do like once per month with the body compositions. Yeah, the in-body scan.
Oh yeah, actually I think fat percentage lower or high depends on what you're trying to do, right? Because you can't be like you can't be like 4% fat if you want to run a marathon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're running a marathon, I think you would need more body fat to... Wait, I might be wrong. But fat is like conserving energy, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to have longer stamina, you obviously want a bit more fat. Right? Is that true?
So fat is like your storage.
Okay.
So if you go to the marathon or you do some endurance sport, you will be not having too much fat, because when you train in a longer duration, your body will utilize the fat. Especially for well-trained athletes, they are trained to utilize the storage energy very well. So usually they will utilize the fat to have the energy. Yeah. So usually the marathon runners, professional runners, they will have roughly around 7 to 10% of
Low.
7 to 10% of body
That's
fat.
very low.
Some people can have less, but as a nutritionist, I won't recommend people to have too low body fat, because it can disrupt the hormone regulations, especially for male.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
So ideally, I think the lowest will be probably 7 to 8.
7 to 8.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I know one of my friend who has like a body fat of like 4%.
Really?
4%, yeah.
Wow.
And he's not skinny. I mean, he is kind of skinny, but he's lean. Like he's proper muscles. You know, and like, dude, that's kind of scary, you know. 4% fat. That's very low.
Yeah.
Is it? Yo, it's interesting.
Yeah. Some bodybuilders, they also have very low body fat because they use some kind of drugs, so that reduce the body fat and body water. So you can see the muscles and the veins very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But usually people would not maintain that situation for a long time because it's not helpful for our body. It's not healthy.
Unhealthy too, yeah.
That's right. So usually if they have like a competition or any show, then probably they wouldn't use steroid to boost up the muscles and reduce the body fat. But after the competition, they have to go back to normal.
Yeah, get back to...
Yeah, that's definitely, otherwise it will be very unhealthy.
Oh, wow. That's the physical challenge, you would say, right? What would you say, like the emotional challenge, or like the pressure outside, like social media, you know? Like nowadays with like people posting, because on social media, you're not going to post when you're at the lowest, right? Usually you're going to post when you're at like your highest, like, oh, I won a tournament, or whatever that is. And like, how would you... Like how's that affecting like golfers recently, like with challenges emotionally and pressure and stuff like that?
I think not just golf, like every sport, they would have pressure with the medias or social media when especially when they don't have good performance. So one of the challenge that I see they get from that pressure is that once they feel stressed, when they feel not confident, they tend to recover less than before, or they not focusing on eating, lifestyle, sleeping. So there are some of my football players before when they're having poor performance, and like the fans sometimes quite toxic.
Yeah.
On social media, they just say rubbish thing about them online.
Yeah.
So they don't eat well. So they just literally eat like just a few stuff, and then they are not sleeping well. They not drinking well. So basically, that challenge emotionally turned them into the very bad feelings, and they loss of motivation as well.
Yeah.
So once they lose the motivation, they don't care about training, they don't care about eating, not sleeping well. Even some people, honestly, they can be doing some toxic things like drugs or smoking, alcohol, which is not helpful at all. So I think especially for young athlete, you have to be stronger than anyone. Like you know that you're not your best. You know that on the pressure from the social medias, but I think when you feel pressures, when you feel stressed, that's where you need to be strongest. And be consistent with training, eating, sleeping. Don't care about what other people say. Just put your best on your training and lifestyle as well.
Oof. Like I actually feel that, like pressure and all of that stuff. I know what you mean by people eating less. I know a lot of students in my school, they feel a lot of pressure, not just in sports, but like in school in general, and like parents' expectations, this and that. But like, yeah, that's it's really bad, like leading to this downfall of like from like a little Instagram like comment saying they're like, oh, you're not like this level, or you're not this, or you're not that. It could really destroy someone's like passion, their ambition and all that, because we're still kids, and when we're kids, we have big ambitions. We want to do this in the future, we want to be that, because we haven't reached there yet. We don't know if we're gonna get there or not. And once the reality kind of hits a bit and people kind of like gets to you, like you eat less, and then motivation dives down, which is really hard to get back. I recently had my motivation like delve down quite a bit recently. Not recently, like a few months ago. It's super important to have someone to talk to.
That's right.
Like super important. Could be anybody. It doesn't need to be like your parents is an option, but if you're not comfortable enough, like sometimes I'm not comfortable with my parents, I can talk to someone else. But definitely, I promise, I guarantee you, there will be somebody out there to talk to you about it. I talked to one of my managers who helped me with like counseling and stuff like that. She was lovely. She was really nice and helped me. And then after that day, I felt like I got that kind of spark back. So. Yeah,
totally. I got what you mean. Even adult like us,
absolutely.
We lost motivation a lot of times, and it takes some time to like regain that motivation as well. So yeah, you're right. We just need to talk to someone, figure out what we want, where we're stuck at, get a bit of a reflections, and then start over again. That's not a big deal. Just don't harm yourself when you're in.
Of course.
That's
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Very hard to control your hormones and emotions. Well, we can take a quick break, and then we'll get back to you, and we'll discuss a bit more on like different nutrition tips, turning points, and just other like a lot of cool stuff to be talking about. So.
Okay.
Welcome back, and we're back from our break, and we're gonna get right back to like discussing turning points. And on the second half of the episode, we're gonna also discuss a bit more of like the 3 key points of nutrition, which is really important, the main part of this episode, I would say. But yeah, so would you want to talk a bit more on like the turning points and defining moments of like an athlete and stuff like that?
Yeah. So most of the time, I see the athlete quite challenging in changing, nutrition habit, eating habit, sleeping habit. However, I think that you don't really have to change everything at once. So you just need to be like better than yourself yesterday. It can starting from having better food options. So for example, usually you don't drink enough water, and then tomorrow you notice yourself and you try to drink more. And you don't have like snack bring it with you. You don't have like enough carbohydrate. So you just need to change one thing a little bit every day to help yourself to get adapted. So sometimes people feel very stressful about especially eating. It's a thing that we actually cannot force people, but changing like step by step could be very helpful for athlete to have the better habit, better consistency. Yeah, so for example, some of the players that I know, they sometimes skip breakfast. Then I would just say, how about you try to wake up earlier, like just 10 minutes, getting some oat with some proteins to have your quick breakfast, and then you hit the target already.
I skip breakfast. Not just like, I don't think much in golf, but I skip, and like sometimes when I go to school and when I go downstairs and my mom was like, oh, what are you gonna get for breakfast this morning? I'm like, oh, I'll get breakfast at school. But when I'm back to school, I just went straight to first class. I mean, I know it's not good for me. I should be eating more, especially breakfast. Oh, but like I heard a lot of people saying like breakfast the most important meal of the day. Why is that? Do you know?
Well, actually, that slogans are coming from the cereals company.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
we've been tricked.
Yeah, that's right. So that's kind of the trick when they want to sell more cereals. Honestly, I think that breakfast is just one meal of the day. Some people need it, somebody don't. So again, previously I talked about personalized nutrition. Is where it's coming from. So for example, I would say like myself, sometimes I skip breakfast. I just do brunch and dinner so that I can cut my calories down on the very light intensity training days or just a rest day. Or especially during holiday, Christmas, where you eat a lot, then okay, I skip breakfast so that I can save more energy for the lunch and dinner. However, for athlete or for teenager, I would say general teenager will need more energy for your hormones metabolisms, your growth, especially height. So you need to fool yourself with more food. So breakfast here is not just a meal; it's an opportunity for you to eat. So if you need to cut your weight down, if you have like high body fat, then yes, you can skip breakfast to cut the calories down and then put more proteins in other meals in the day. But if you're an athlete, let's say you train from 8 to 12 and then 1 to 7 p.m., definitely breakfast is something that you need. So it can be important for some people, but not important for others. And the slogan actually is basically just some slogan from the cereal company that they can sell it.
We fall into marketing.
A lot of practice on nutrition is practice coming from marketing as well.
Oh no. Yes, you gotta watch out, because I feel like that. I genuinely believe that. I thought breakfast was like the most important meal of the day, but like now I know it's a slogan. So it's terrible. So get it personalized, right?
That's
Should be
right.
the most important thing.
That's right.
And depends on what you're doing as well. Do you plan like a nutrition based on what you plan to do in the future?
I'm sorry.
Like for example, let's say I'm not an athlete yet, right? Let's say for example I'm only a student, but in the future I want to be like a footballer. Oh, and football, by the way, for my American audience, football means like soccer football. But like if I want to play football in the future, like can I plan my nutrition now and start building towards it? It's possible, right? And it doesn't matter, like even though I'm not, let's say like next month I'm playing football. Do I consume the nutrition of a footballer right now?
So it depends on how much energy that you are burning right now for the training. So let's say you're going to play football next month, you want to train harder. So at the moment, you can just stay in the maintenance phase where your energy intake match with your energy requirements. So if you have like your Apple Watch, you can see how much total calories you have burned for the whole day, and then you eat the same thing. But in order for you to prepare your best for your food burn, I think that you can focus more on proteins so that you can build more the muscles. You're not losing muscles. Have better muscles will help you with more power, more explosiveness. You can avoid the injuries when you have stronger muscles. So if you're planning to be an athlete, you want to play football in college, then you can start to build yourself like building the base from right now. With enough proteins and energies for you to train and just daily requirements for you. And when you come to the training part, when you start having like high intensity training days, then you can add on the calories and later. That's fine. Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay. We're talking about nutrition, right?
Yeah.
We might want to like hop straight onto the most important part. 3 key points of nutrition, right? So would you want to tell us a bit more about that? 3 key points.
Yeah. So I think that for athlete, even the recreationals or professional, I think 3 key points of nutrition will be, first of all, proteins, because you need to like synthesize your muscles more than general populations. And the second thing is to fuel your body with energies. So on the spot need energy. So the important thing that you have to add on the calories exactly what you need. Let's say you're burning 2,000 calories right now, but if you in the season you might burn like 3,000 calories. So you need to notice that, and you need to add in some more food to fuel your body. And the last thing, which is very important, especially if you live in Vietnam or you're playing in the summer, which is hydrations. A lot of the players that I notice, especially in golf, they are dehydrated all the time because they have to expose to the sun in dry and humid weather for 4 to 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. So they are dehydrated, definitely.
I think we're more dehydrated than like overhydrated a lot of the time. But like sometimes you feel like you don't want to drink water. You feel like, oh, I'm fine. But you really have to drink. Like, by the way, Merry Christmas, very late, and Happy New Year's. Today is January 10th. I got back to Vietnam on January 5th. I arrived back in Vietnam on January 5th. I was in the US to spend my New Year's and Christmas there in Sacramento, California. And Northern California was really cold. It was really dry as well. It was at night, it will be around like 3 to 4 degrees Celsius, which is insane for California. You would expect that in London, right? But not in California. So, but because of the cold weather, I did not feel thirsty much. I was like, oh, it's really cool, it's really dry. Why? Like, I'm not gonna drink water unless, like, in Vietnam, I'm well hydrated because it's constantly hot and humid, and I just keep losing sweat. I just need to drink more water. But in the US, I'm just not used to that. So I'm drinking very little water. So on the 31st of December, very last day of 2025, I fell ill. Like, I got really sick. I thought it was like, some germ infection or something like that. It was like, I have really bad headaches and all of that. But then later on, I was like, you know what, I might need to drink more water. But when I started drinking water again, like, it felt like I got good like immediately. The 1st of the year, 1st of January 2026, I felt like brand new, like nothing happened to me. So I might not be sick actually. I might just be like nauseous and like dizzy just because I'm not drinking enough water. Is that like part of it too? Even though I'm not playing a sport, I'm not being an athlete there. I was being I was having my off time, my break, and still it's crazy. And imagine like the golfers or athletes you work with, like if they're like really dehydrated, it's quite bad.
well, hydration is something that I need to educate the players a lot.
Yeah.
Because usually they will not drink except when they feel thirsty.
Mm.
But the fact that when you feel thirsty, that you are dehydrated already. Because your body have to, like have some sign for you to drink. So I usually talk to the young players before. Imagine yourself is like a tree. You have to give them water consistently and gradually. Not like you put them 2 liters of water per day. You have to have it more consistent. Just make it a habit of bringing your bottle of water everywhere you go. So actually, that's the one thing that I noticed from professional athlete and amateur athlete. Like in golf, some people like Rory or Matt Fitzpatrick, they always bring the bottle of water everywhere.
Everywhere they go.
Yeah, it's just become a habit.
Oh.
Even the footballers, some players that I have seen, they're always bringing the bottle with them, even when they go to the gyms or when they go on to the course. Some others don't. So I think it's just like a habit. When you start to notice about what you need, you have to, you carry your water with you. For some kind of symptoms that you just mentioned before, I sometimes see in the athlete as well. Even normal people, because when you don't drink enough water, especially when you are like the weather is quite dry, and then the sweat is evaporated, so you lost the water, but you don't notice it. So that makes it's like the volume of the blood is actually decreased. And when you are not putting water, more fluid in your body, you start having symptoms. Some people can have like headache, some dizziness, or some just feel tired. Like loss of concentration.
That's bad. Oh, also, I learned this in AP Bio last year. It's that, like osmosis, right? You know how we have a bit of concentration of solute in our body, and when we sweat, we don't sweat pure water. We sweat a bit of salt, right? And I keep thinking about it, right? If you're sweating salt, that means you're losing concentration in your body. And when you're drinking just pure, like diluted, if you're just drinking pure water, wouldn't that like just dilute your body? And that just, you're adding water in, but you're not adding the salt back in.
That's right.
Is that why like we drink something like Pocari or like Gatorade, where they're a bit salty? Is that like the reason why?
That's totally correct.
Like electrolytes, that's what they call it.
That's right, electrolyte.
Yeah.
So the main thing that we lost from our sweat is sodium, which is why like all the electrolyte drink, like Pocari or Gatorade, they have the main thing is sodiums. Some other electrolyte like magnesium or calcium, potassium, they can be included in the drink as well. In case if you sweat them, but the main thing is sodium. So actually it's quite the same functions when you got sick. So when you got fever, your body is actually, the core temperature is increasing because it wants to like fight with the bacteria or the virus or the inflammation, the infections. So actually you are very dehydrated when you were sick. And you're losing sodium, but which is why like sometimes when you got sick, a lot of people bring you with the oral solutions. They call it ORS.
ORS.
Have you heard about it?
Not really, no. I don't think so.
It's ORS. Or sometimes when you have diarrhea, you lost a lot of fluid from your body with electrolyte. You have to refill them with the electrolyte drink as well. So you're losing water, but not just water, with sodiums and electrolyte.
So is it like, would you say it's kind of dangerous to drink like just pure water if you're like constantly sweating so much? Like, is it dangerous?
Yes, that could be. So if you sweat a lot, there's one tip that to know whether or not you sweat a lot is that you scale yourself after the training or after you sweat. So if you play football or basketball before, I guarantee that sometimes you can feel people can squeeze the sweat from the t-shirt, from the jersey, right? So that's all the sodium and the electrolyte that you lost. So if you lost that much water and you only refill with pure water, then, well, it's hard to tell that how is the consequence, but in order to give you optimal, conditions after that, you should refill with electrolyte. Because actually our body is quite smart. It knows how to balance everything back. Yeah. But in order to optimize the recovery with the hydration, you should be drinking some electrolyte with the water as well.
Like I watch a lot of F1. Do you watch F1?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, right?
I know some, but not all, but some.
Yeah, you probably know Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, famous UK guy, England. F1 drivers, they lose like 4 kilograms of sweat per race. 4 kilograms, that's a lot of sweat. And I can't imagine like some races that are in like, like Singapore and Qatar, which is really, really hot.
And dry, yeah.
And dry, so it's like, yeah, it's insane. Like,
yeah.
I could not imagine how they would prepare or train for that. Like 4 kilograms of sweat.
Yeah, well, it's because of the environment around them.
Yeah.
So like sitting in the small space and hot with the engines.
The engine's
around.
right behind you.
Yeah, so that's totally hot. And if you lose like more than 2% of your body weight, which is from the fluid, then your performance starts to going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, start to losing concentrations, start to have some symptoms like cramps. Some people can feel sick when they lost too much water. Even some of the players, they can even faint on the ground when they are dehydrated. Yeah, so that's quite dangerous.
It is.
But actually, you cannot avoid them. So once you play sport, you have to sweat, right?
Yeah.
You cannot really avoid that you are not sweating. If you're not sweating, that's a problem. If
Sweat
you're sweating,
is a good thing.
If you're sweating, then that's normal.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have to prepare yourself, and you know that you should be well dehydrated before you start the game.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people, they start playing or they go to the golf course on the first tee when they are dehydrated already. And that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So you cannot avoid the fact that you won't sweat, but you need to prepare yourself to be well hydrated before you start the game. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Do you have any like tips or recommendations for like golfers, athletes, footballers out there? Or any of that?
So since we are talking about hydration, I will go with the first tip. So I just mentioned that you can weigh yourself after the game or the trainings. So if you feel that you lose some weight, you should be drinking the water and electrolyte by 1.5. By 1.5 after that. So for example, if you're 60 kilograms and after the trainings you feel you are only 59, so you lost 1 kg. So by that time you have to drink like 1.5 liters of water with electrolyte with them. Yeah. So that will be the optimal solutions for rehydrated. Yeah, and no one noticed them because they just drink because they got thirsty, and when they stop getting thirsty, they stop. Yeah. So you should have like 1.5 liter of water if you lose 1 kilo after the games or after the trainings, and you can drink those amount of water within 2 hours. Yeah, after you stop the game. That would be the good practice to rehydrate yourself. Yeah, that's about the hydrations. The second tip that I think will be helpful for everyone, especially for active students or athletes, is to focus more on proteins. Yeah. So in terms of proteins, actually, it coming from animal meat and some kind of plant-based protein as well. So I would say that you can prioritize, like animal proteins like chickens, fish, beef or pork. In Vietnam, you usually eat pork. That's fine. So focus on protein is one thing that help your muscles to grow better. So the other day, I think just like 2 days ago, the American government, they just issued the new nutrition pyramid where proteins is the top. Yeah.
They're the most important.
Yeah, like proteins, the meat proteins and vegetables are in the top.
What was it before?
So I think it's coming from the fact that well, like before, when they don't focus much on the proteins because the requirement of the proteins, according to the World Health Organization, is quite low. Well, recently, I think within 5 to 10 years, they start to focus more on the roles of proteins to our human bodies. So it helps, like young people like you to have better muscles, have better growth. It helps hormone as well. And even for older people, like our grandparents, it showed that proteins can help them to avoid injuries because they have strong muscles. And when they have, like stronger muscles, they can have better life quality. So since recently that the roles of proteins get more emphasized. So I guess that's why people put it as the top of the pyramid. However, proteins, for some people like athlete, I would say that you really should focus on the quantity because that helps to like fix the damage that you caused within trainings. You might feel very sore after the trainings at the gyms, or like when you do golf and you practice on the driving range, like 100, 200 balls within 1 to 2 hours, you might feel sore somewhere in the body. So proteins can help to fix and repair the tissues to help it grow better. For general populations, we can focus on protein, especially like white meat, because it can help to resynthesize the muscles much better. And basically when you combine that with trainings, especially the strength training, that can help you to avoid injuries and pain as well.
Is white meat better than like red meat?
Yeah, I would say white meat will be better than red meat.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason is that the red meat usually contains more fat, and the fat from the red meat sometimes is not optimal for some people. So as you might know, right now when we have everything ready, the food is ready, we have junk food as well. So a lot of people have like high cholesterols in the blood, and that can be the risk of cardiovascular condition in the future. So if we consume too much red meat, then that could be the risk. However, it's very personalized. If you don't have the history of having high cholesterol or triglyceride in your blood, then it's okay. But if you had the history of high cholesterol, or you have someone in your family having cardio conditions, then you can limit them and balance with other animal protein as well, because all the metabolism conditions can be genetics.
Like the diabetes, right?
That's right.
Diabetes could be genetics or or like I forgot the word, or you just get it from like bad eating habits. Yeah, that's cool. Do you have any other like
so that about the proteins. One more tips about protein is that you can how to say consistently eat proteins throughout the day. So usually if we have like 3 times of eating meals in the day, like breakfast, lunch and dinner, you always should put proteins in all 3 occasions.
All 3?
Yeah, because our body will help. So the proteins will help our body to synthesize the muscles, and it's just not like it's synthesized and then it stops. It just synthesized and then degradations, and then it's synthesized again, just like that. So if you have more opportunities to put more proteins in different timings of the day, that will be the optimal. Yeah. So which is why some people when drink the whey proteins. Have you heard about that?
I've heard.
Yeah. So the whey protein, a lot of athlete gymmers, they do whey proteins, especially after the training sessions, because it can boost up the muscle resynthesis. Yeah. So having proteins 3 to 4, I would say 3 to 5 times in the day is best for your muscles to recover.
3 to 4 times.
Yeah.
Is it better to like consume protein right after the workout, or like a time period after the workout?
Yeah. So I would say that it's good to have proteins, especially whey proteins, 1 hour after the workout, because it's like a window for your body to repair the muscles, and whey protein is absorbed quite quickly.
Yeah.
So you can just have a scoop of whey protein after the gym trainings, or any trainings. However, the research shows that your muscle actually takes 48 hours to recover. So it doesn't really matter if you drink right after that or 48 hours later, as long as you had adequate proteins portions after that. That's fine. Yeah. But I think it's not a harmful thing for you to drink proteins in the day, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Wow. I was thinking of like taking proteins as well for like gym, like the whey proteins and stuff like that, but I don't know. Is it more like condensed? Is there more protein in a whey drink than or eating? Which one is like more healthy, would you say? I think eating is more natural, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. If you can consume with natural fruit, that will be the best. But sometimes eating like too much food, it will be stressful for you.
Yeah.
So, for example, a scoop of proteins, like 25 grams of protein, can equal to 100 grams of chicken. Yeah. So, if you eat 100 grams of chicken in the middle of the day, I think that'd be a little funny.
Yeah.
Like that you finish the training and then you just eat 100 grams of chicken. That'd be a little funny.
Yeah.
So you can just replace with whey proteins. Yeah.
More convenient.
So you can do whey proteins after the training, because that's optimal for your recovery, repairing muscles, and helping it to adapt better with the training for the next trainings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, do you have any like? I see that we have like some tips, like which is catching my eye, which is like aim for balance. You know, the balance.
Yeah.
And what would you recommend, and what do you mean by balance?
Yeah. So as a nutritionist, I also love eating. So I know that nutrition sometimes it sounds quite boring and it's quite hard. Like you always eat healthy. However, I would say that if you aim for the balance, that means like 80% of the time you eat mindfully, you eat healthy, but 20% of the time you can eat whatever you want, because you cannot just eat healthy food all the time.
Yeah.
You have friends, you have social life, you can drink, of course. So 80% here is like if you having the tournaments coming up, then I will say, okay, that is your where you focus on 80%, eating healthy and hydrations, eating enough proteins, avoid the food that you have, you're unfamiliar with. Yeah. But then after the tournaments, you can have 1 or 2 days to relax yourself, eating, partying.
Yeah.
So that would be like 80-20.
Yeah.
Even in the day, I would say that you still could have like ice cream or some snack in the day, but if you cover like 80% everything healthy already, then that's fine. Yeah. So I think nutrition is basically how you balance your eating. For example, like myself, I don't like too much snack. Most of the time I just eat like whole food, rice or oat with proteins, with eggs. And some vegetables, that's fine. But sometimes when my friend asks me to go into coffee and have some dessert at the table, that's fine for me as well.
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing that you to be mindful about food, what you're eating, and when it becomes your habit, it comes very naturally. Yeah.
I feel like nutrition is more like a balance rather than what you have to eat.
That's right.
Like, oh, you have to eat that. No, that's not. I don't think that's nutrition. I think it's like once you get more deep into it, it's more like how you balance it.
Yeah.
Which is like a more like easier way to approach it, and it's more accessible. I would say if you tell people to force an out, like they won't do it. But if you balance it, you still have freedom. You know, then they would. I believe they would do it more.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's totally true.
Yeah.
I am the person who likes eating, enjoying food as well.
Me
so
too.
yeah, so I will not say that you have to avoid sweet stuff. But if you know about nutrition a lot already, then you would naturally prioritize good food for you. So for example, when you go to the restaurant and you choose some kind of food options, it will become the habit when you choose, let's say, steak and mashed potatoes rather than fish and chips. Yeah. And then you still can have your dessert. You can have coffee with some sugar in it. That's totally fine. So a lot of people that I have seen, especially general population, they always try to eat healthy. Like, oh, I have to order some healthy food.
Yeah.
But then in the afternoon they cannot resist the sweet, and then they have to order some milk tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, actually, I think that because they are not understanding well enough to balance themselves, so they will feel very like
Guilty,
pressure, then guilty when they drink something like that. But again, if you cover 80% with healthy options, whole food, then you can spend 20%, let's say on the weekend, or some dinner with some dessert, some fried chicken, pizza. That's totally fine.
That's good.
And the important thing is, if you train consistently, then you can eat more freely.
Okay.
Yeah.
More freely.
Yes, that's right. Because basically, if you train consistently, then your body will be very good at metabolizing the nutrients. Yeah. So if you train, let's say, consistently 1 or 2 hours of the day, then the body knows how to utilize energy. They will utilize the sugars in your blood better. It's become more sensitive. Yeah. So when you eat, even if you eat some sweet, it doesn't a big problem. Yeah. Comparing to the sedentary people, when they don't do any exercise, when they just like work, and then they don't do any trainings, then the body will not metabolize those sugars that effectively.
So if you want to have more freedom in your diet, then like exercise more. But if you don't want to exercise more, then you have a more rigorous, more strict diet. So it's all about what you want. It's your choices, I'm not doing the 6-7 thing. I'm doing the balance.
That's right.
So these young kids, man, they're 6-7. Yeah, okay. Do you want to have any more, like, anything left before we ask for your recommendations and quotes? Hello?
Yeah. I think beside all the nutrition knowledge, I think there's one more thing that I would like to give to the young audience. Is that I know that sometimes you have a lot of things coming in your life, like studying, playing sport, achievement, and then you have to listen to everyone. And sometimes a lot of kids that I have seen, they are very shy to ask for further help, or they just don't notice that they need help. So whenever you feel like you have some symptoms in your body, don't be shy to ask for help from the expert. For example, you feel like, oh, I don't know why I have diarrhea without any reasons, or you just feel like, oh, I don't focus much on my trainings. Then you can talk to some, nutritionist or some sports scientists to help you more with that, because sometimes you feel like the symptom is nothing, but if you accumulate it for a long time, that it can affect the performance as well. Sometimes you feel like it coming from the pressure, sometimes it's coming from your mental health. But if you have some advice from a nutritionist how to eat well, hydrate well, then that could help you a little bit. So I actually recently noticed that, because one of my friends, he's a therapist, but he's now studying nutrition, and I asked why.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he said that some of his clients having depressions, and one of the reason that he has found in the clients is that they eat like shit. They don't eat anything healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So and then I'm start being curious, and then I search for more. How is the relationship between food and mental health?
Yeah, I was actually like genuinely curious about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are some studies that have shown that healthy fat can help with the brain functions. So the brain functions could be like better neurotransmitters, and when you have like good brain functions, you can have like better thought, be more positive. Yeah. So a lot of some of the studies they have shown that omega-3, which is healthy fat, it can help with depression people.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's one thing. And the second thing is that when you are in stress, that means that actually the cortisol hormone is quite high, and sometimes that causes the inflammation within your body. You might not notice it, but when you feel like you always feel heavy, you always feel like, oh, I'm fatigued all the times, I'm not having motivations, beside all the a mental problem or their problems, there are some food that can lower the inflammation as well. So antioxidant food like berries, vegetables, like vitamin C, omega-3 is the anti-inflammation food, and that can help with your cortisol level as well. So I think that it sounds very small. It sounds like what that food do with the mental problems.
Exactly.
But sometimes it does. Even though that it's just like 1 to 5% helping you, but well, why don't you try? Yeah. So I would just want to say that if the young athlete or anyone having any problems with, like some symptoms that you notice every day, you can ask some expert to help you with that. So we might not know everything because our body is very complicated, but one thing we can do is to eliminate the problems. So like you have mentioned about you feeling dizziness when you were in California. That could be dehydration. If you talk to me like on the night before that, then I'll maybe suggest the same thing.
Probably.
So we can eliminate the reason and find the right solutions. Well, it's not easy, but we have to find out.
We gotta get there. It's crazy how everything we have like a solution to it nowadays, right? You just gotta ask the right people. Like parents, they can they might give you the right information sometimes, but most of the time they might have like the wrong, false information, and that could like I would feel bad for them too. Like they might know that they know, but if you really research about it, like it's not really like the best solution for stuff. So well, it's a pleasure. But to end this episode, of course, like the tradition, we would want to ask a bit more like your recommendations for like media out there, podcasts, books, like TikToks, channels, like YouTube channels and stuff like that. Do you have any like recommendations for our listeners out there?
So since that we focus quite a lot in nutrition, so as a nutritionist, I would suggest one podcast by Dr. Laurent. It's called We Do Science, the Performance Nutrition. So he focused so much about performance nutrition, like the roles of vitamin D, so foolings, body compositions. It's quite scientific actually. For me, I would like it because I'm a learner. But if you want to dig more about details and like science stuff, then you can refer sometimes. If you want to take a look deeper in nutrition, but with easier wording for you, I think one of the Instagram of the guys I quite like. We call.
By the way, I'll leave the podcast link. To the pod on Instagram and on Spotify as well, and Apple Podcast.
So one of the Instagram nutritionists and sports scientists that I like is actually one of my lecturer before. So his name is Dr. Richie Cohen. from I think he's from UK and Ireland.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's an evidence-based person. Yeah. So they give his thought about the trends, nutritions. Sometimes he had something like Mythbuster. Yeah, so that can help people a lot. So even though it's something like people debate about, like artificial sweetener, he can also talk about it as well. Yeah,
like Coke, like Diet Coke.
that's right. Yeah. So like it's a thing that a lot of people say, oh, it's causing cancer and etc. But he focused more on science and research.
Yeah.
So he can come up with his own thought and idea about whether it's really bad or not. Yeah. So he's the one that I would suggest because he's very evidence based.
Yeah.
One more popular nutritionist I like from Instagram is an Australian dietitian. His name is Aiden. Yeah.
Aiden.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So he also give like a lot of tips.
Yeah.
He giving some food comparisons about like which food having more calories or the fiber content in vegetables. So I think it's quite easy for general population to follow and get some of his tips. Yeah.
I'll share them to the Instagram, and I'll like post editing process. I'll put it like on the screen so you guys can check it out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, okay. Now one final thing, which is the quote, the most important thing, and it would be lovely if we could speak into that camera.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
So first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to the show.
No worries.
I love to help the young athlete to have better health. So I just want to have one small message for all of you. So actually in nutrition, there is no one size fit all. You can personalize yourself with nutrition based on your age, gender, height, weight, training intensity, and any other personal conditions that you might have. Yeah. So don't be shy to reach to the expert to ask for help, because we always want to help the young athlete to achieve their dreams.
All right, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for today.
No worries.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. That's such a pleasure for me as well.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Retreating Forward. I hope you all enjoyed episode 3, and I hope you all learned a lot about nutrition and how to balance yourself out. And all of this coming from a professional nutritionist, which is very valuable. Make sure to listen. Don't need to take note, but take mental notes about it. First episode of the New Year's. Happy New Year's 2026. New Year's resolution. Mine is for sure getting a better diet. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll catch you on episode 4.